Hello kids, hi elementary school kids and artists from Valley Christian. Today I am going to help Nolan do his project for Mrs. Caracas class, but they are drawing the Last Supper, so I thought this would be a great art video for us to do together. So we're going to be drawing Jesus with his disciples at the Last Supper. They are breaking bread and they are drinking from the cup. And this signifies Jesus' last time with his disciples and also offering of his body and of his blood in order for our salvation. So we are going to get started here. I'm going to move the camera down so you can see what we're doing. And we're going to start with our pencils. Nolan, you want to show your pencil that we're using? We're using pencils, and then I'm going to use watercolor, and Nolan's going to use markers to color his. So, all right, ready? Let's get started. So we are going to start drawing out the Jesus with his disciples first. So, all right, Nolan, are you ready? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in the middle of our page is we are going to draw a straight line. So it would be best if you have your paper the long way, the hamburger way. So I'm going to draw a line down the middle, and this is going to be hard for you to see, so I am going to right away switch to a Sharpie. Hopefully this one is a sharp Sharpie. Nope, that's not a sharp Sharpie. I know I've got one somewhere here. Where's my other Sharpie? Okay, here, Nolan got it for me. Thank you, Nolan, to the rescue.
Welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to flip my paper over here. So first thing again, I'm going to draw a line down the middle of the paper. This is going to be the table that they're sitting at. So I'm just going to draw a line that's going to take up some space in the middle of the paper. And it's okay if it's not perfect, right, Nolan? Because we're just practicing. Okay, so now I'm going to start to draw some of the men around the table. So we're going to have 13 people sitting at this table, one of which is Jesus. So since Jesus is the most important, he's going to be in the middle. Okay, so right at the top here, we're actually just going to put heads on first. So we're just gonna start with some circles or ovals, I guess. All right, so let's put Jesus's head on by drawing kind of an oval, and he is sitting at the table. So I'm just gonna draw a circle there. So Nolan, you can draw your circle too. Good job. Okay. And then we're gonna draw some more circles around the table to be the disciples. So if you want to just you can put them behind Jesus, but we're going to start to draw some heads of the disciples. Okay, so this one's going to be here, so that's one. Then I'm going to do two. You can make them farther apart or closer together if you want. You can get like 1, 2, 3, maybe like 4 over here. We'll see how much space. I might run out of space. 1, 2, 3, and there's going to be somebody sitting right next to Jesus at the table. Oh, he's got a small head. I think we're going to run out of space, so maybe we won't make it for...
Is that a good enough head?
No, that looks like a great job. Good job. All right, so here, let's put one back here, and then we got another one over here, and then we're going to have a guy here. So many people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to get up to 13 if we can. Okay, so then 9. There's somebody over here. 10. Let's see, 11. Maybe somebody's standing back over here. 11. It's okay if you don't worry about erasing that right now. 11. And then let's see if we have 12 over here. So one more, I just got to fit one more disciple in here somewhere. He'll be kind of standing in the background over here. He'll be behind this guy. So my lines are going to stop, and I'm going to go behind on this one. Kind of look like eggs, Easter eggs, but they're not going to be. Okay, so now we've got all of our disciples plus Jesus in the middle. So now all we're going to do is we're going to start with the ones that are in the front. And we're going to give them kind of like just a shape for a body. Instead of doing a stick figure body, we're going to give them shape bodies, okay? So you can transition out of doing stick figures. All right, so all we're going to do is we're going to add on kind of like some lines going down here like this. So this guy is actually, this is the back of him we're seeing. Good job, Nolan. Okay, then we're going to kind of do the same for all of them, except for I want you to start with the guys the heads that are the most forward, because those are the ones that might be sitting a little in front of the table, and you might not see everybody that's behind. Like you might not see their entire body. So we're just going to kind of go around, and let's give these guys some bodies. This one's going to come down here. He's also probably sitting in front of the table. Now this one on the left, he's going to be behind this other guy, so I'm going to stop the line right there. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going with that. Whenever I come to a head, I'm going to stop. I'm stopping the line, okay? So then I'm going to do this one, and then this guy. This one is going to go behind this guy. He's sitting at the table right here. Then I'm going to put Jesus's body in. Doing okay over there, Nolan?
Kind of.
Okay, all these guys sitting around having bread and drinking from the cup with Jesus. How cool would that be? Probably like the coolest thing ever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one extra thing on mine. I'm going to make sure that this line in the middle goes all the way over to the other one, so there's no space in there. Good job. Yeah, just got a couple more bodies. Nolan's got a couple more bodies he needs to add on. So I'll keep going with the next step, and Nolan's going to catch up. So we're going to add on mostly people at that time didn't have super short hair, so we're going to kind of give these guys some beards and some longer hair. Okay, so again, we're just going to use some shapes to add that on. So this is Jesus in the middle here, so I'm going to give him kind of like long, lovely locks. By adding on some side lines, and then maybe going up in the middle and down on the side. And this is going to look better after it gets colored in. And then I'm going to give him like a beard. So I'm just going to make kind of like a circle that comes down below his chin.
What do I do?
And then it's going to kind of come up like that.
What do I do?
All right, so let's do another one. Nolan missed that step, so I'll show it again on one of the other guys. So let's go ahead, Nolan, you choose. You can do Jesus, and I'll do a different guy, but we'll do the same thing. Okay, so this guy over here, we're going to do the same hairstyle. So I'm going to come down on the side. So you want to copy me, Nolan? So we're going to come down on the side. Yep, good job. And then you can go down on the other side. If you run into the guy next to him, remember, stop. Don't go through the line. Okay, your guy, oh, he's been growing his hair out really long. You can leave it that long. That's okay. No big deal. Okay, and then we're going to make the other side of the hair where it comes onto the inside of the face. So you can come in like that on the inside the face line. Good job. And then this side too. And then you're just going to connect the bottom like that. It looks a little goofy right now. If you're drawing with pencil, you're going to be able to erase out some of these lines, and then it will it'll look a lot better. Okay, so then over the top, you want to have some line on there that connects. Good job. So if you want to put a beard on this guy too, you can. Maybe this guy doesn't have a beard, but I'm going to kind of quickly move around and give these guys some hairdos. Maybe you want to do some different hairdos on some of them. Maybe some are shorter, some are longer. That's cool. So go ahead and kind of decide what hairdos you want to give them. And maybe this guy over here, he's looking towards Jesus. So I'm going to give him hair like this. His beard is kind of sticking out on the side. And then his hair is going to come around the back like this. Yeah, good job, Nolan. Okay, so I'm going to give these guys some hair. And if I'm going too fast, that's fine. You guys can stop the video and fill in some of these hairdos if you want. Probably these guys are kind of looking at Jesus. So if you want to have them facing towards him, that'd be a good idea. Some of them are going to have beards, some of them aren't. This guy is going to have shorter hair. Yeah, that looks awesome. He's got a really thick beard. He's been growing that out for a while. All right, so hair here. This guy's going to be looking forward. he doesn't have a beard, but he's got really long hair. This guy, gonna have part on the side. Let's see. Here's a beard. And they all probably look a little different, just like all of us do. So this can kind of make them all a little different. This guy, I can see his ear here and his beard. How you doing over there, Nolan? Doing good?
Kind of.
Okay, I'm almost done. They almost all have hair. Oh, one last guy. Okay, so Nolan's finishing up his hair on his head, and my guys all have hair now. So if I were to color these in with my Sharpie, I'm going to color Jesus's hair in just so you see what would happen if you erase those lines on the inside, and once you start using your colors, it's going to look a lot better because you aren't going to have all those lines intersecting, and it's going to start to look a lot better.
Mom.
I'm coloring this in so you can see it better too. Yes, Nolan?
Do we do the same thing with Jesus to them?
Yep, you can just add different hairstyles onto all the different guys. And we're looking at a picture, and I'll put it up for you guys to use too. So if you want to do some of the hair like their hairstyles, that's kind of what I was looking at. But I'll make sure I have that up on the video for you guys to see. Okay, so after you have all some hairdos on, you can start to put some eyes and mouths and noses in here if you want to. I was going to kind of do this as a watercolor where I was just going to leave them kind of blank. But you might want to add on some details like in their clothing. You could add on some sashes to some of their clothing. Maybe you want to add on some arms. Like this guy, you might want an arm on this one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. And let's see here. If I get my video to come down a little bit. So this guy's going to have some arms. I just realized I'm showing this video to you guys upside down the whole time. That's probably not the best idea, but so here, I'm going to flip my paper around here. So here's my Jesus, and this guy over here, this is the one I wanted to put some arms on. So I was just going to have his arm kind of coming up towards the table. And then if you want to add on some other items for their cloak, maybe an arm over here, just some lines on their clothing because their clothing really was like draped and gathered around. So there's probably lots of wrinkles.
Ma, I need a black. This one's kind of dried out.
Okay. I'll give you this one here in a second, Nolan.
What?
So if you want to add on some of those details on your disciples, that'd be awesome. Now again, if you want to go in and add on eyes and do all that kind of stuff, that's fine. One other thing that I think is going to help this drawing is if you do something on the table here to make this look like an actual table. So I drew another line going down, and then maybe there's like a little drape. I don't know if you want to call it a drape, a tablecloth. That's what we should probably call it. Going across the bottom. Here, Nolan's going to borrow my black marker for a second. But that would be some of the details that you could add on to your Last Supper. And then go ahead and get your colors out and get really get going with your colors. I'm going to go ahead and use some watercolors, but I'm not going to video that because it'll take forever. So I'll go ahead and show you my final draft when we're all done. So far, this is what I have, the 12 disciples sitting with Jesus at the Last Supper. If you want to draw the bread and the cup in there, I was going to put that in too. Nolan, do you want to show what you've got so far?
Sure.
Here, let's show your picture, and then we'll take a break and come back with the final. So this is what Nolan has so far in his disciples. So now he's going to work on coloring it with marker. I'm going to work on coloring mine with colored pencil. And I'd love for you guys to share with me what you guys have drawn for the Last Supper with Jesus.
Hey, Ma.
Bye.
Bye.